Well, hello, you guys. Good morning to you all. Hope you're all fine. And in order for us to get things started, I will present what we'll be doing first in this classroom today. So I ran a quick lucky draw and divided all 30 of you guys into 6 groups made and by 5 members each. So we have 6 groups in our class, and each group has 5 members. And I'll give you a question, and you have to think and discuss in your group the question that I give you. Okay? So the first group is made up of the members of the students Arthur, Jonis, Karine, Leandro, and Barbara. All 5 of you guys will talk about the following question. What do you know about puberty and its effect on the human body? Okay, so first group, what do you know about puberty and its effect on the human body? So second group was assigned with the following question on the other hand. What do you guys know about pregnancy? So the second group is made up by Thais, Raíssa, Gabriela, Rovena, and Tamires. So all 5 of you ladies will discuss in your group the following question. What do you know about pregnancy? The third group, Paula, Joana, Silvia, Amanda, and Danielle, will discuss what kinds of contraceptive methods can women and men use to prevent unwanted pregnancy. Okay? The fourth group, Evandro, João, Rodrigo, Juan, and Leticia will discuss about the things that you know and your opinion on arranged marriage. So what do you know about this topic? What's your opinion on the matter? The fifth group, Samuel, Gabriel, Antonio, Luis, and Graziele will discuss in group about the following question. What do you know about domestic violence? And last but not least, Group 6, made up by Michele, Jessica, Patricia, Bianca, and Rafaela, will discuss the following question. What are some of the ways through which domestic violence can be prevented? So again, we have 6 groups. All of you guys were divided in a group and were assigned with a question. So all of you will only discuss the question that I correlated to your group, and you have 10 minutes to do so. Okay, so let's get to work. All right, so time's up. Thank you all. And as you were talking and discussing in your group, I actually listed some vocabulary, some words from your discussions, and I wrote them all on the board so that we can reflect on it, all right? And those were some of the words that you were most commonly saying in your group discussions. Okay, now we'll proceed to do something else. So since you guys already started our discussion in your groups, I'll bring you some selected contents I brought to this class. So first, I will share with you guys a video about puberty and its effects, and above all, hormone-wise and on the human body. So what does puberty does with us? What do we start feeling like hormone-wise when we're entering teenagerhood, and everything else that's related to it. Okay, so let's go.
A few moments later.
Okay, thank you for your attention. And now, Thais, I'll ask you to read an excerpt of a blog post I selected that talks about and shares the author's vision on arranged marriages. Okay, please. Okay, now Sylvia, I'd like you to read an excerpt of a scientific article on domestic violence, okay? Thank you. And last but not least, Evandro, I'd like you to read an excerpt of a news that I actually read on an international newspaper, and this news is on the Brazilian Law Project, 1904 of 2024 of the previous year, and that this project is being commonly referred to as the abortion law. So I'd like you to read these news that shares like the international vision on the said matter. Okay, so thanks, Evandro. And now that we've already come across all these different kinds of contents, I'd like to, draw your attention to a certain and specific point. That is, we have, although we'll come across all sorts of different contents on social media, like a TikTok video, a post on Instagram, a tweet, or an X on the actual current X, old Twitter. We have to understand the difference between opinion and an actual theoretical basis according to like every content's very nature. So it's regular, it's normal for a person that does a TikTok video to share their opinion on a matter, but for that opinion to not have an actual reference on a researcher, on a scholar. However, that won't be the same for a scientific article, for an essay, right? And that makes these a more reliable source of information, since their arguments are better because they're based on scientific studies, okay? And I would also like you guys to know that since we're making arguments, we always do that through, and like we used to, this is a common habit, through subordinating clauses, because it's the very fact that we're relating one sense to another, like cause and consequence, for example, okay? Okay, after this whole explanation and reflection, I would like you guys to do something else, which is I would like you to quickly compare and share orally. So talk to me how the just presented info on the article, on the blog info, on the video correlates to what you guys were discussing in the groups previously. So how alike were the conversations, the discussions that you had with the content that you were presented to in the videos, in the articles? Okay, so Rodrigo, yeah. Thanks again for sharing the info, guys, and I'd also like to raise your awareness once more by reflecting upon the following topic. Did you guys actually notice how naturally you used past tense and perfect tense verbs since you were talking about things that actually already happened? So that's natural English for you guys when you just use it to normally talk and speak like native speakers do. But remembering, of course, that we're ESL, we're English as a second language students, and it's okay for us to not speak like a native since we're all Brazilians. Okay, and now once again we'll be split into groups, the same groups as before, okay? So we'll be 6 groups of 5 members each again. So the same 6 groups with 5 people from the beginning of the class. So what's new though? Each group will represent a position in the political spectrum, okay? 2 groups will be centrist. One a leftist, one a far leftist, one a rightist, and one a far rightist. Okay, so the group that has Arthur in it will be a centrist, as well as the group that has Thais in it. So the group, Paula's group, will be a leftist. Evandro's one will be a far leftist. Samuel's one will be a rightist, and last but not least, Michelle's one will be a far rightist. So what's your task now? Based on the political spectrum I just talked to you guys about, every group will have to defend if you are favorable or against the approval of the Brazilian Law Project 1904 of the present year, regardless if that matches your opinion as an individual or not. So let's say that you guys are against it, but you're like a rightist in the rightist spectrum, and it's expected that you actually want for it to be approved. So you have to play according to the political spectrum that was assigned to you and your group. So we'll have 20 minutes for it. You have to reflect upon it, and for 10 minutes, and then for the 10 last minutes, we will be sharing our thoughts on the matter. Okay? All right. So thank you again for the discussion. And I don't know if you guys actually noticed, but while you were discussing with your group, I actually put on the board the main characteristics of each political spectrum. And I'd like you guys to share with me how aligned do you think your speeches were to that characteristics of political alignment? Okay. So, oh, hi, Issa. Okay. Okay, thanks again. And for us to wrap up and to finish today's class, you have homework. Yeah, I know you guys don't like it, but yeah, it is what it is. And but I promise it'll be easy since you were all so very participative today. So you have to write a short essay of 10 lines minimum on your opinion about teenage pregnancy. And while you would do that, you actually will do this by taking into account the aforementioned law project, the law project we were just talking about, just discussing. And you will also share if the with me, like in a written text, if the political assignment, the political spectrum that was assigned to you represents your actually political alignment or not, and justify this to me with arguments why that, like, teacher, I actually agree with the right, and I actually would like for the law to be approved because this and that. Or, okay, although I was assigned to be a far leftist, I'm not a far leftist, I'm a leftist, but not that very radical, just like that. And you have to tell me if the political assignment was right to you or not, and why. Okay, and yeah, I'll be waiting for that for you to hand me in this in the next class. Okay, so thanks.